it's January, and historically this has been a slow month for arts, but not anymore. Ever since the 2010 Olympics and the Cultural Olympiad that went along with that, we've had tons of events in January and February, and a lasting legacy of festivals and everything else. Two of the biggest events this week are the appearance of Peggy Baker projects. Peggy Baker is one of the biggest dance icons Canada has ever produced. She has a long, long history of not only dancing for major companies in Canada and in New York, but also for her solo work for the last few decades. What she's doing here this week until Saturday night is doing ensemble work. So she hasn't been at the Fire Hall stage for 12 long years. So this is a good chance to catch up with the Toronto artist. She's also artist in residence at the National Ballet School. And what she's bringing out here is really unique. It's called Coalesce in Armor. It's two works, one by herself and one by another veteran choreographer from New York called Doug Verone. They're both inspired by bugs and bug life. For Peggy Baker's piece, Coalesce, she was inspired by the paintings and mostly the videos that her friend artist Sylvia Safdie, who lives in Montreal, had done of insects, especially beetles lying on their back and struggling to right themselves, and ants running over counters over food. So she's come up with a piece that sort of moves in this alien insect-like way. And then Baker herself dances with another veteran dancer, Larry Hahn, in Doug Verone's piece called Armor. And again, they often look like a multi-limbed beast, sort of putting their arms around each other. To start out the program, she actually does a bit of a lecture, a show and tell. She calls it an audio action tour, but what she actually does is stand in front of the audience, show projections of the videos and artworks that inspired her, and calls her dancers on stage to demonstrate some of the moves you'll see in the pieces that follow. So it's a really unique way to enjoy dance, to get inside the head of a dance artist, and very unusual because often you go to a dance show and you're given very little information about how to understand it. So definitely worth checking out at the Fire Hall. The other big show happens Sunday. It's put on by the Vancouver Recital Society, and it's a mandolin artist. His name is Avi Avital, and he is from Israel. He's 35 years old, and the mandolin is a beautiful instrument, but what he does with it is really unique. He not only takes it into the classical realm, but he takes it into the world music realm, playing music that brings in cultures from all over the world. So yeah, it's a very much anticipated concert, and a rare chance to see the mandolin sort of spotlighted by a virtuoso. And I just wanted to alert you that the Push Festival also opens Tuesday night. It'll be running for a few weeks after that. It's the annual Festival of Interdisciplinary Arts. In future episodes, I'll talk about it more once it's up, but the opening show marks the festival's 10th anniversary, and that's a big anniversary for this festival. When they started 10 years ago, it was small. Now it's become a massive international celebration with groups from as far away as Europe, and it's got a really good reputation worldwide. These are shows unlike anything else you see on Vancouver stages through the rest of the year because they blend film and dance and music and theater in the most cutting-edge way possible. Just as an example, I'll tell you about the opening show called Super Night Shot. It's put on by Belgium's Gob Squad. And what it does is for the 60 minutes before the show at the Playhouse on Tuesday night, they go out into Vancouver streets with actors and with cameras. And they shoot people in the streets. And they make a movie out of this within an hour. And that's the movie that they will show us at the opening night at the Playhouse. It has been produced 200 times around the world in various city streets, and the buzz is that it is unmissable. You've never seen anything like it, and it's really a good example of the way that Push involves the audience in so many of its productions. So a big anniversary for Push. I'll tell you much more about its programming in future episodes, but for sure try to make it out to the Tuesday night opening.